the top of it. I'm at the top of it. I'm at the top of it.
If you sell a product or service and you're not running these animation style ads yet, you're leaving money on the table. Here's how to make them in just a few clicks. Okay, so if you haven't seen these animation style ads everywhere yet, you will. And there's actually a super way to make them for your brand right now. It's called Agent Opus, an AI video tool from the people who made Opus Clip. You go in, click Script to Video, pick your visual style from their trending templates, or create your own animation style by dropping any image file into it. Then upload your logo into product images, and then either paste in your own script or have it write one for you. A few minutes later, you've got a full ad with your branding already baked in, not just slapped on, actually integrated while keeping the style intact. And people are genuinely stopping to watch these. That's the whole point. First few videos are free, and right now there's a launch discount, 50% off annual or 34% off the first 3 months monthly. Link is down below.
Yeah. You do the spinning, right? Huh? You do the spinning.
Hey, before anything, look, I gotta tell you this. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Space City Steve. Look, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, right? To beat OKC at 41 years old, while they're the defending champs with the defending MVP. And it's gonna be the MVP again this year, most likely. We'll see what happens, but is it the toughest task that LeBron has had to face? And the answer to that question for me is hell no. Hell no. I don't think it's the toughest task at all. I think that he's done more difficult things before, and I'm glad. I'm glad that we're gonna have the opportunity to watch this, because I sincerely think that LeBron's gonna do it. I think that LeBron has a battery in his back. I've seen a couple of videos on the internet, one of him kind of talking smack with Sengun, but like, hey, you of all people, you can't be talking. And
So I've been covering the NBA professionally for over 10 years now, been watching the league my entire life. I've never seen anything like this. We've got unanimity of 29 teams' fan bases uniting to call out the complete bullshit we're seeing from one specific team. I'm Trevor Lane. This is the Basketball Bulletin. Donnie Freeman joining me. Donnie, such as this, I mean, the conversation around the Oklahoma City Thunder today has been eye-opening. It's been surprising. I actually think there's a kind of roundabout way that this is a good thing, but this tweet sums it up. Teams that hate the Lakers are taking issue with how OKC benefits from the officiating. I think Anthony said it very well here. I've had Suns fans, Nuggets fans, like teams that part of their core being is hating the Lakers, coming to the defense of the Lakers in this series. I don't think I've ever seen anything happen quite like this. And we got a lot to talk about with what's going on right now. And long intro there. Tony, how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. You know, I was taken aback by that start from you. But I was like, oh, this is a different Trev.
We really needed that power slide.
check this out.
That's fire. Can I try to say this red muscle car dramatic? That's the shot.
To Leo, skipping the buy one, get one means losing 50% of his savings potential. To Leo's mom,
Alright, y'all. We back with another video, man. Y'all already know what's going on, alright? Now, check this out. As y'all can tell by the title, thumbnail of this video, you know, we're back here to kind of talk about Met Gala and also Drew Barrymore, right? So, doing my usual scrolling and came across a clip. And, I like when the internet gets to talking about this kind of stuff because it'll just spark different things off of one main topic. So, we're going to get to the Drew Barrymore part in a second, but first I want to show y'all a clip from another creator on TikTok about Steph Curry. Steph Curry was also at the Met Gala. I didn't see any pictures of Steph Curry before I started yesterday's video. I would have definitely talked about him. And I was surprised. He was in kind of a Sith Lord type of outfit. And he looked engulfed. Like, Steph looked like he was, I don't know, he just looked dark. That outfit, it represents darkness, basically. I mean, you're being like the antagonist you're portraying like the antagonist of the Jedi when we talk about Star Wars and so on, right? But I thought his outfit was very demonic. You can see it right here. Let's go ahead and get into this clip. This is from the content Lil J Doug J. I've reacted to some of his content before on the channel. So check this out real quick, and then we'll look at a little bit more of the pictures. Check it out, y'all.
Everybody bashed Jaden Ivey and canceled Jaden Ivey for speaking up, for calling out Stephen Curry for not being a true follower of Jesus Christ. And a lot of people were saying, oh man, yeah, you shouldn't have did that. Oh man, well, Steph Curry is for Jesus. Steph Curry is for God. Nick Young even went as far as saying that Steph Curry, you saying he ain't no God, the golden child, God's favorite? Stephen Curry was at the Met Gala with his wife, Aisha Curry. At the Met Gala, and not only was he at the Met Gala, but look what he has on. The Met Gala is invitation only. This child of God is in here among all of these people who are clearly not of God. And I'm sure he's not in there spreading the gospel. I've actually never heard Steph Curry spread the gospel ever in my life. That's crazy. And Steph Curry used to be my favorite player. I've never heard Stephen Curry spread the gospel ever. But people think that he's a devoted follower. I be telling y'all niggas that's cap. That means nothing. Nigga, we are called to be set apart. What fellowship does righteousness have with unrighteousness? We have to be separate, set apart. Stephen Curry is a friend of this world, which makes him an enemy to God. It tells us to love not the world, neither love the things that are in the world, because if we love the world, the love of the Father is not in us. Y'all go against those who are truly standing with God for those who just say they are standing with God. Don't be deceived.
Now, just some of the photos, they just look really dark. It just looks really dark. The crazy thing is about the Met Gala is obviously these are photos just from the entrance. You know, we don't know what goes on inside of the venue or museum. There's no phones allowed. There's no cameras allowed inside. It's completely secret. It's all privacy. And we can only imagine what actually happens. It's like, all right, are they just simply whining and dining? Just some good old wine, some...
Welcome in, What's Right in the Grind, episode 456. It is our Friday mailbag episode, and this episode of What's Right in the Grind is presented to you by Boost Mobile. A reminder to like, rate, subscribe, and review the show. Really just subscribe. It's what helps us out the most. All right, before we get to the mailbag, Demonte, on Thursday's show, we were supposed to get to Jaylen Brown, but sometimes I just can kind of feel
that I'm finishing with a flourish, and I didn't think we were going to get any better than the Draymond Green rant at the end, and so I ended it. However, so Jaylen Brown, I'm going to catch everybody up. Jaylen Brown, the day after the season ends, has a somewhat bizarre Twitch stream where he says a lot of things. One of the things he said was criticizing the officials, got fined $50,000, but also said, like, this was my favorite year of my career. And that then led to people being like, really? You guys won a championship previously.
You won finals MVP.
You won finals MVP. Then Tracy McGrady, who evidently has a real relationship with Jaylen Brown, said on his podcast with Vince Carter, said, yeah, listen, Jaylen's got problems with the organization. And I was like, uh-oh. Brad Stevens then asked about it. Brad Stevens was like, no, we're all good. Tried to dead it. Jaylen then was like, another Twitch stream, initially said it was going to be on IG with Kevin Garnett, then pivoted to later in the day on Twitch, where he said, I hate that Brad had to answer for this. I love Boston. If it's up to me, I'll spend the rest of my career here, or he said another 10 years here. And then he's like, and also, by the way, I want to make something clear. I triple down on this is my favorite year of my career. And then explained why. He was like, they counted us out. I got to see the young guys grow, got to see my, JT come back from injury. This is my favorite year of my career. I, vacationed as a Celtics fan this postseason because I picked them to win the title. You, DeMonze, are an actual Celtics fan. I think, is this accurate? Put DeMonze back on. The first ever jersey your daughter has worn is a Tatum jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the first and only. I saw the picture. I assumed that was the first.
First.
I mean, I had gone Mahomes, but it's fine. And so your thoughts as an actual Celtic fan on all of it?
Just get the guy on the team. Like
wow.
It'd be in your favorite year. You doubling down. Just the things that he says and moving forward. I just don't know what he's gonna say in the future. Like and I wonder how Jason Tatum feels about all this stuff. I wonder what their relationship is truly like. I imagine they gotta like each other at the very least. But I wonder how he feels about everything that Jaylen Brown is saying. But yeah, and this isn't like the first or second instance. Jaylen Brown has said a few things throughout his career that just made me be like, why? A little unnecessary.
So,
like, even as far as I'll even go back to him saying that Bronny wasn't a pro, and then he like doubled down. Even you could have even said that you didn't say it in that instance. You got picked up on it. I get it. Like, be a man and say what you said, but it's just like,
listen. Here's what I do think is pretty clear, and I feel comfortable saying it. He thinks he's the best player on the team.
Yeah.
And I think he's maybe thought he's always been the best player on the team. And that the team has pushed Tatum and he has sacrificed in a way that again, I don't know Jaylen Brown at all. This is just my read on it, having watched basketball and listened to him. And then he has felt like, he's their, favorite. So I'm the one in trade rumors. I'm the one who's, in second place when I'm better. Because and I think that is personally I don't think there's anyone on the outside that thinks he's better. I don't think it's like there's a lot of people think he's better. At the end of Shaq Kobe, like by 03, maybe for some even by 02, there were a lot of people like Kobe's better. I thought that was incorrect, but there were people that legitimately thought that. I trying to think of other great duos where there was real debate on who's the best guy. There really haven't been many because it usually is pretty. I guess Steph KD, there's a real debate who was better, but that was more of a temporary thing, and both guys had been, the number one on teams. it's Jason Tatum. He's bigger than Jaylen Brown. He's just better than Jaylen Brown. There's almost nothing Jaylen Brown can do that Tatum can't do, and there are a few things Tatum can do that Jaylen Brown can't do. So I don't think it is controversial. But I think because of Tatum's injury and the success they had this year in the regular season, and the fact that Jaylen Brown was talking about himself as if I'm the best two-way player in the league, there were folks pushing Jaylen Brown for MVP. Wilbon, is still convinced Jaylen Brown's going to be first-team All-NBA when I don't think he is. And I do think he wants to be the number one guy somewhere, which I don't begrudge him that piece of it. He's like, I've been here 10 years, won a championship, made a bunch of money. Let me go see how far I can take it on my own. It just feels like I don't begrudge him that, but it just feels like he is handling this oddly. And as is often the case with a lot of athletes today, I think a big contributor to whatever the issue is being a little too online. And I think just being a little too locked in to what people are saying on social media and all of that, which is when I heard him say say it again.
No, you can hear it in the streams. He's like, there's all these narratives being pushed. So I'm trying to basically go at that and make it more clear. And it's like, you don't need to do that.
And when you also, the other one is, whenever someone's gets criticized for saying something, and then the response is, I'm doubling down, I'm tripling down. To me, that is usually a pretty big signifier of you're very online. Because to me, if I say something on TV, and I'll use myself as an example. If I say something on TV and the internet comes after me for it, I do want to be even more entrenched. I'll believe you. I'm gonna faceless, nameless folks. I'm gonna. If I say something on TV and Brewer Wilds or your mom say to me, I don't think that was right. I pause and I'm like, okay, maybe I need to adjust. And so my guess, again, don't know the guy. My guess is if someone had come to Jaylen Brown personally and said, hey man, you saying this is the best year of your career is, whether you mean for it or not, it's going to be taken like this. It could, hurt some feelings of people that matter. Do we think you want to clarify that? My guess is, even if he was like, no, I said it, I want to stand by it, I don't think it would be as, I'm tripling down.
Yeah.
But because it was
I've evaluated,
criticism,
I've thought in my head, yeah, this is really how I feel. My favorite scene.
Yeah. And so it was, the only tricky part is this, Demonte. What if Giannis isn't available? Either because he gets traded elsewhere or Milwaukee somehow just says we're keeping him. Can you get fair value for Jaylen Brown without Giannis being on the other side of it? That's the part I don't know. I don't know. And so I think we got to wait and see. Okay, there's the Jaylen Brown piece. Now we've got a mailbag to get to, but before we do that, a reminder: today's show is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet. Florida Sportsbook, the second round of the NBA playoffs are here. Lights are brighter, pressure is higher. Every possession can change a series. And on Hard Rock Bet, every night is your shot to score a major bucket. Win or go home energy on the hardwood, and I love building same game parlays. You might like the hot hand to drop 30, the big man to control the glass with a double-double, the point guard to dish out 5 assists. However you draw it up, Hard Rock Bet gives you tons of ways to stack your picks into a same game parlay built for the playoffs. If you're ever late to tip off, don't worry. Hard Rock Bet lets you live bet all game long from the first bucket to the final buzzer. Try your first bet on Hard Rock Bet today, and you can score $150 in bonus bets if you win. Just place a $5 bet, and if it hits, you get not only your winnings, but also an extra $150 in bonus bets. But the welcome offer is just the beginning. Hard Rock Bet has new promos daily, so open the app right now to see what promo you got today. And sure, Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sportsbook, but you don't have to be in Florida to join the party. Hard Rock Bet's live in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, Colorado, and Michigan, with more states on the way. Download the Hard Rock Bet app today and create special against Detroit. When 22-year-old LeBron James scored 29 of his team's final 30 points to take control of the series against the Pistons that he had no business winning en route to the NBA Finals in 07. That was the moment where it felt, and I really don't think, here is the only downside to Monze 2 playing as long as LeBron has played.
Open a Chime checking account in 2 minutes and get paid earlier to enjoy a festive spring. Apply now.
Yo. Great equipment. One more reason Martin has 400 plus moving liners. We spend millions of dollars in engineering to ensure your safety and comfort. Rotating with Freightliner, International, Peterbilt, and Kenworth tractors into our fleet every 12 months. Your safety is our top concern, so all our tractors have forward-facing cameras, rail guards, collision avoidance, lane departure systems, side detection systems. So when you drive a Martin, you can be sure you'll be driving a great truck under 2 years of age. Great equipment. Just one more reason our 400 million mileage is the
Let's go to the most overrated list, man. I don't know who made this, but we're gonna read it, man. They made a most overrated list. At 12.3%. I'm top.
And I'm not a fuck because I like him, and obviously we ain't hating. All these dudes are really good players. Yeah. You overrated because people think very high of you. Yeah. That's it going. I'm wrong with that.
Take on number 1, 2, 3 go there. Yeah, I'm sure you feel that.
I just say he's an offense. On the team, he overachieves though.
Yeah, defensively,
he just get paid for the money.
I just hate him.
Yeah, got respect for that. Trey Young got 8.6 in the third place. At 7.4%, and fourth place is Bob. R.J. Carroll at 4.9%. Rounding out at 6, John Morant. 7, Diablo. 8, Scotty Moore. 9, Mr. Dodger at number 10, Pascal Siakam.
I don't like it. I don't like him, y'all. I don't like Scotty Moore.
It's overrated. I'll leave the league as 4 and I average 7. The Pascal crazy too.
I'm more than
accidentally Color Hero, down there at the bottom of the head,
out of this, oh God, please help us get more pressure. Yeah,
most pressure next year is most pressure next year is like 1, right? Bro, we ain't played in 3 years.
Now about 2 minutes ago.
I kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like at some point we gotta figure it out.
the year that Tyrese came out there, bro, the UFC was not that championship. Bro. You understand? You can lose that shit.
You can also kill it, bro. It ain't like people don't kind of understand. Like how you feel with JP shit. Yeah. You can also kill it kind of like, you mean that it's there. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to get drop a ring. Shit, I don't think it's hurt.
No.
Hey, so like at this point, we just miss John Morant playing basketball. If he comes out and he get hurt or he don't have a good year, we got to find that right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always come back to that next year hypothetically. He can get back. If John Morant comes out next year, they're going to try to get him out of the NBA or make him a minimum player. You got I don't know if it's kind of hard to say, bro. Maybe I'm supposed to kind of go a little bit harder.
I think it's still you got that's
a fact. But I hear that emotional conversation, bro. I'm starting to go that side. I don't want to be stuck with that little bit.
I don't think he got to fight. Like nigga, bro. He ain't Chris Rock, bro.
I'm not good.
Yeah, bro, but I'm the third option. I'm like, damn.
But they said, bro, I pay you for this year. I
was third option no matter what. Third option with our boy there.
And one of the biggest trash. That's why he on here.
Supposed to be on this too as well.
Well, like, I can be killing.
To the inside.
He doesn't give away a lot of money. He should have let us in the playoffs. And nobody said that. He's supposed to get an all-star and get all that. Speaking of this, I'm very excited for the draft, lottery, on Sunday. I'll cut my mom here, cut shit short. Because I had to get ready for what's going on.
It's a big day.
It's a hell of a day. So crazy. I'm not going to lie. If you take off the none, bro, the way I'm going to hate the NBA. You're not getting the fifth and night pick, bro. They will not do that.
That's all I can see, nigga. Keep that shit up.
I'll pray to get I can't wait for some of the greatest podcasts you ever did.
I'm telling you right now, bro, if we get another pick, bro, it's going up.
When the Hawks get that number 1 through 3, we try to forget them.
Now, that's been the conversation, too. They've been saying a lot of teams in the top leagues, but you try to do it. You got the one situation mode. You try to get that one word, but if you got the one thing, you get your trade
Not to bring it down. I'm more for April. The major tickets,
and that's going to
I don't know if I'll be able to AJ though to retire. Stuff like that.
I don't know if I'll be able to AJ tonight. I mean, AJ is going for
Well, I'll tell you what pace we stay. We need to get done.
AJ one pick, you take the
AJ is the first hit. Let's go. Because that means we can win now. Tyrese, Pascal, and Dylan Brown, I'm very comfortable. I'm very comfortable. The money won't make sense. They're only going to have a very short time period.
That was awesome.
We know there is a high activity player with full daylight. He's ready to
There's nobody stopping us with that starting five, bro. Tyrese Halliburton, JB, Pascal, and Big Zoo.
So shit.
That's the hell of a hypothetical, obviously. Yeah, there's a lot of money getting so we supposed to shit out whoever. I don't care no way they're going to be on and no way they're going to have Jalen Brown. No, the first time he did that shit. No. That person that Brown and is going to be way again.
Y'all get a top 3 pick, and that's just successful for them to do that. So I think it's chicken too. Yeah. Shit.
I'm gonna. That's a first question. I'm getting another. Kiara Gamba Walker. The first round pick, whoever else is supposed to be tough. Yeah, everybody else is tough.
So we'll figure it out. You have a breakout action. Two all-stars. They need every good. I've been seeing some draft talk too. Sounds my boy Michael Brown that said that he might go higher than A-Cook. How y'all feel about that?
A lot of people really want to
starting off
1-for-1 with that check. Well, those are exactly the opportunity this offense is looking to. And you got some intangibles that's a little, I'm not gonna say better than Darius A-Cook. They have him too. They upside a little more because of his height, his scoring from yeah, most underrated thing about him is his passing. That's a fact. He's a really good player. How he plays for his style at 6'5".
Shot clock at 5. Here's the 3. And Ellis with the block. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Now they make it a switch here. And so it's Oklahoma City. Pass to Morning. Now Edwards.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, everybody trying to see what's going to be but they got to watch him. They got to go back and get yeah, this guy helped he's some people in there. Yeah. I don't think it will be. I think he keeps quiet. I know quality players. After 12, get 12 solid picks though. First round, how you gonna all these picks? Obviously, they're not gonna all pan out. So like,
one side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead.
You just kind of.
I feel like that's the part where it kind of gets tricky because that late lottery on to me, you get some of those guys who are typically these lottery players who will get available for the playoff team. Like, yes, when we're going to OKC, it's insane, bro. Like, that's a prototype player they want.
But some of these guys, I ain't gonna lie, we was excited for college. Some of these dudes not really. Yeah. So like, you know, like Bird, yeah. Arizona sports players. I don't think they're going to change that franchise. He might touch and kill and get out of completely wrong, but I don't see a couple of guys that's really going to be like franchise changing players.
I mean, like most draft, it's hard maybe at the beginning as well, and obviously situation some of these guys as well, but yeah, like you said, bro, you never know, especially with the second agent. These rookie contracts mean a lot to these teams. They got to hit.
So these guys want to they don't get a chance.
Yeah, I ain't mad at him too. You got Lee Wayne Hopper. We'll see. He's a good player. Yeah, Ray Burns slide down this. And I'm slowly on the Kevin Wilson over Boogie, two places. Slowly. And 3, I might say Kevin Wilson over Boogie.
With the rebound.
Kevin Wilson with a 3-ball. He's nasty.
I know it's like Pacers 5. I just feel like with him running the lanes with our team, how we get up and down the court. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. I
think
he's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see
I don't know if he's he came in the league. Get what you're going to get, but he can't deny that.
Nah, and I hate that, and obviously you're not saying that, but I hate when percentage is like, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, that's great. Okay, I know exactly what I'm drafting. So a lot of people try to use that against him. I'm like, bro, that's fucked up that he only killed. Like, y'all mad at him for that.
Plays with Mode too.
Yeah, I feel like he's just going to give you 15 as a rookie, and it's only going to go up to 18, 19. I feel like the only thing he's gonna average 18 and 19 for his career.
I'm rolling. That's a double up.
Yeah, I feel that.
I just feel like we're the worst team for him in that situation because we got Pascal. I don't know. Obviously, he's gonna be there forever, but that sucks because they play too similar of a role. You're not gonna play Cam Boots at the 3, and I'm nothing gonna have his minutes.
Pascal can play the 3. He can play the 4. And so at your 5. Good.
I think they versatile enough. I think they both can handle the pass and shoot. His jumper is going to get better as he gets in the NBA. That's a fact, but I think they all be able to work. I like Caleb Wilson better than Joe
and just hope it doesn't go in. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Here's Morant. He's got 7. Edwards looking it over. And the Thunder another 3.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
True. When they start injecting it replaces my natural production. And I never learned my levels are actually lower than but I watched all these guys talking about boosting the potential. So I found where I knew it was something. I was so skeptical. 8 weeks later, when I came back and I had to do it twice. It's not a usual supplement or a flush investment. It's a complete system that unlocks the market where we have ways to boost T levels. Maybe come at Ali, shoot F4, and see the static capability works for the It's not about injecting more testosterone into the working system, it's about optimizing it. So you basically keep more testosterone while using it better. My level of here days before I started, but after my last blood work, I couldn't believe my own body did that. Without a single injection, it's about how I feel when I wake up, the energy I have, and how I show up for my family. Try Mars Med for 90 days risk-free. Plus, it's been 2% off your life right now, so hurry up.
2 from the line that time.
I got a guy that you know very well is going to be stopping by with us. I'm going balls later here. Yeah, it is awesome. Later in the show, we start with LeBron James playing against NBA record. So we're going to touch the playoff games. It's bonkers. Either side, I want to be. Dude's still gone at 41. No, he's really playing at a high level. If you watch the series, he's gone. But the thing about this, playoff games, that's 3.5 seasons. Careers don't go that long. And so that makes seasons of playoff. It's impressive. Yeah, it really is. So that's kind of the good that we can talk about with LeBron on the show, maybe, and just playing. Because when it came out, all of it was happening. Yeah, so it's like, not tonight.
Holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has hit.
Against the next round opponent, going to be huge. LeBron's pretty frustrated in this game. Right? They were all frustrated, yeah. He wasn't going either. SGA, smooth man, 22 in this one. Yeah, for sure. And you know, I mean, the hard part of all playing on Tennessee is grab hold,
up top.
everything in possession. And so, as a ref, you know, what do you call it? You keep calling. You know, obviously, you got to call it obvious. And I'm sure it's like one of the obvious things. Because I'll never be in that spot. But it's that same way. So, you know, I think the Lakers will come out ready to play again. They'll give it their best effort. Much of a choice. They're going to have to play really well. Really, actually put up these numbers. Yeah, 16 points in this one. I mean, that's not silly. Yeah, man. Before we eventually see him back on the floor. Triple. Way up there, high 31 for him. And by the way, nice break for game number 1. You just got some fire game match earlier, and then he's all over the place. Straight out guard play. I know they got the MVP at the guard, but those other guards, they all shoot. All put it on the floor. They all make the right decisions when they do it. Just really skilled basketball players. That's great. 18 points, 4 triples in the game. And again, no Jay Will. Start AJ and then just keep rolling. But AJ doesn't come off the table. That's how scary they are. So, it's really impressive.
Late in the game.
Donnie kept it back anyway. He could get time off that bucket next possession. The ball trying to carry the team down 6. Finished with 23 points. And then the Thunder are like, all right, enough is enough. Chet, another 3 for him in this game. He had 22 points, hit 3 threes. Russo kick. Plays the ball that's quiet. Producing every single game. I'm talking about scary. His dad. See, that expression says it all from LeBron James, repeat Thunder players. More than 20. That's SGA, Chet, and AJ Mitchell. The game, by the way, at 18 off the bench. For the Lakers, Sauce and Reeves bounced back with that 31-6. Clearly not enough, though, for Los Angeles with game number 3, shifting back to Los Angeles on Saturday. For a little more, it's SGA.
Well, listen, I like the bucket, but defensively, you've got to be...
That's his man. Should wait.
Edwards got 14 points here in the second half.
Doesn't matter where on the floor Anthony Edwards is. That shot mechanic is so pretty, so fluid.
How good is that? I mean, make a defender look foolish at times. Shoots. And that one's good.
That's what it is. Usually the more physical team. The team that approaches the world more initiates. And
it's Williamson missing. Valley trails by
good job, especially in the second half. Really playing our solid basketball. We're just going frustrating them.
with another.
I love this guy here because maybe this speaks volumes to what is eventually going to happen. Semifinals history teams that go up 2-0 at home, 101-7 all time. It feels like, stats aside, the Thunder just nasty.
No, they don't listen. They basically legacy in front of them. They're chasing right now. They're not going to let them put off the guys. They don't care that Luka's out. They're going to like Luka was a part of it. They was going to be the most competitive series that they will face. And now they got to handle it. It's called championship professionalism. And they're going about it like pros. When you win at OKC and Shea only scores 22, you're like, okay, Lakers sitting there going, what else can we do? Because getting them to 22, that's an all-night shot.
It's like, dude, you're still dominating.
They're still dominating, so the Lakers are doing that. And Jacob Ray got a great job of learning to try to keep the ball out of his hands. But the other guy, like that play right there was a perfect play. As soon as they tried, he got it to Caruso. Caruso attacked the middle of the paint, created a 3-point shot. And, they just know how to play basketball. And they don't get really understand who they are and how to play with short.
Story, Los Angeles winning game 3-1.
Ooh, they, I would say 8 or less turnovers.
Well, they had 20 in this one.
And they win the free throw battle.
Okay.
That would be the main thing, and then they have to at least match them from the 3-point line. That's that. They really and part of the free throw battle. Why I say that is they got to slow the game down, right? So layups, dunks, free throws. They got to find a way to get that so that they can set their defense because they already had a speed disadvantage off the bounce anyway. So at least if you can get back and hack your defense in,
and get set, you got a better chance of actually keeping these guys in front of you. But if you're fighting off of misses and turnovers, and it's always disadvantage defense where you don't have numbers, it's going to be a long night for the Lakers. And so they really have to figure out how to squeeze the game in a way that is more advantageous to them and just try to give themselves a chance to win at the end, ultimately.
Coach gave you an analytical answer to that question for Lakers fans. I'll just put it to you like this. Play a perfect game. And that's probably what it's going to take because it does feel like it's really lopsided out on the floor. Meanwhile, we got a tight one in Detroit. Cade Cunningham delivering yet again. We'll show you how they got it done against the Cavs. Highlights and reactions coming up next. Back here on the Association Post-Up, Coach Fizz, Mike Yam with you, Cavs, Pistons. Oh, Detroit, man, I love this drone shot. I mean, just so close. Yeah, I broadcast, I'm like, ooh. It's like a video game. It is. Got me saying Detroit. Oh, my God, I love that guy. Yeah, he's running too. Oh, Spider. Yeah, threw out a hip. Ooh. Right as Harris, you can see goes down. Here comes his face. So he didn't have to leave the game. No, that's huge because he played great. Definitely did. Cade, when he's making this three, forget about it. Like, and I'm telling you, like, he's just gonna keep getting better with that shot. Tobias Harris gave a clinic on the block. It was a clinic. Young people, you want to know how to work on the post? Tobias Harris showed you tonight. This is broke 11 at the break. Mitchell, though, trying to carry this squad. I love that little Oh, that's his little, the carryover. Yeah. He knows people are trying to take away his right hand, so he's created a move where he could just take it over their head. Look at that. Cade versus Hart all night. They would, when I tell you they picked on James Harden, they picked on James Harden. I mean, you know when your game plan is really being executed, like I said, when James Harden was closing out on anyone on the team, they understood to drive. No one let them off the hook, and then anytime they set their offense up, they put James Harden in action. I think it's another big three right after the buzzer. They've had 2 plus receivers so far in this series. At the end of the court was kind of like that. Mobley with the flush. That was a catch. Oh, Lord. 3-0. We got a tie ball game, and it is untied. Duncan Robinson.
This game features something different. As we see
three, Mitchell.
Blended into the lineup as well. Along with Stan Van Gundy,
Working on hard. So by 5. We'll have to find a way to hold the ball on the game. Still put on that play. So that's a dagger.
Outside.
That's pretty. You get those types of moments from Cade Cunningham. You're like, yes, that's why this dude was in the MVP conversation. Second to John Jacobs. When it's multiple signatures, I don't think how do you know what I'm saying here? Now I sound like my dad. Cade Cunningham, by the way, finishes with a double-double. First player in NBA history to score 20 points in each of his first 15 playoff games. He's trying to get LeBron and Anthony Davis for a boxers. Mitchell, by the way, 31 bags. Harden just refilled with 4 turnovers. 30th playoff game in his career with more turnovers than base fields. Here's Cade.
You had 12 of your 25 in the fourth quarter. What do you enjoy about these happy moments in the playoffs?
Looks on the double team. Here's Jones. The lane jumper off target.
We're not saying we're going to figure outside. We got to do a better job of space and put all the positions, and we'll have that conversation. We've been having that conversation, and at the end of the day, we're going to figure it out.
What's the fastest way to make it?
That side is easy money for Victor.
Here is Hardy was getting 10 points, 3 of 13 from the floor, 3 assists, 4 turnovers. At the last 15 with him on the floor. He's a highlight. He's got to figure out a way to close his floor in the series. This is not James Harden that we see in the regular season.
Space makes every great player better. And so that's why I said they're going to have to figure out the minutes they do go small. Not small, but one big on the floor. They have to match those minutes. They're going to have to open up the floor to be space. And even when it's a play where Jay Carl lost the ball late, he reached out a corner up to the break and brought the defense to him. And James had nowhere to go without getting stripped. So James Harden showing he thrives with space in that high pick and roll game. The only thing I think they made them look at doing because they're pressuring them so much and getting faster is get him off the ball, get him some live ball catches, and then get to that pick and roll where he's not having the power with that speed and that pressure and that aggression. He just catches the ball third day in the fourth and playing off that live ball.
You know, and I hate to make this like a hard-focused conversation, but I'm telling you, you mentioned what he's trying to get accomplished on the offensive side. I would say this from a distance perspective. There was pressure on players. Kate Cunningham obviously goes for 20 plus points in this one. It doesn't matter where Harden was. The ball seems on the defensive side of the game seems to be there. And that's what says it's a full minute for it to attack.
A lot of things are technical game plan to them. Right? Well, the Detroit Pistons take it to a whole other level. They say everyone attacks. So you can ball first, move it, and they got them in rotation. And James Harden throw around to you, put them in drop. And if you watch that game again, that's when you can see the strategy. It's like he will put it in action. Or when he pulls it out, drive. And if they keep that strategy, then Cleveland can't do it. They can also leave a foul trouble for James. And that's also tough. So,
pressure on. Meanwhile,
man.
You know, the pressure. So, stop the violence. History of resiliency. And joining us here on the association to share their story and raise awareness for the importance of organ donation, we got the Hall of Famer Alonzo Mourning alongside the 2022 recipient of the David P.H. Bushman Equipment.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Atlanta.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense.
We're having a team meeting here with the West afterwards. DJ Redick, none too happy with the officiating.
I've been impressed with guys is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to
Again, these smaller guys, because they need the effort, they typically are fouls and the bigger players that are, like LeBron's more. You talk about Vegas cover, you got already in that a bunch. You try to get up and hit more than you ever seen him drive wherever he gets going.
Hey, let's get them enough here to come back to it. It's not good to say. It takes it. Oh, yeah. You have to adjust to that feel. All right. Because they're talking about consistency, but also saying the top three of your loss.
Here's Scalabrini. Jacks on the 30. Trips in the trade. Scalabrini's
no doubt about that. LeBron got clocked. No doubt about that. Here's the problem. When you're seen at the end of the game, this the officiating like that, and the opponent who knows they're under some team that just won the are literally laughing at you and trying to get to the hall and say, wait a minute, so you get a motion to get on this, like laughing, joking around, mocking you. That no respect. Sending it out, and we are concerned about you in the slate. Look, they're viewing you as a team that's lying about getting your ass kicked. And that's really what it comes down to. I'm not saying that actually you're going to be in these first two games. But that's the approach, that's the attitude, that's the body language, that's the ambiance that OKC is giving about the Los Angeles Kings.
which makes it really bad, which makes game 3 even that much more important, just because of the 3-0. But
look at Perk by saying some outrageous
they
shit.
are not concerned about you in the slightest. And if you are the Lakers,
Right. And here's the thing, right? Like, people that go down and debate the flopping and all that stuff because Marcus Smart flops, Warren flops, they always got to. But the real point is that don't go on the stage, they snatch your soul. And they make you feel some type of way. And that's what we saw last night. And those self-inflicted wounds that the Lakers, they don't give a little turnover. I was preaching yesterday, the hot kid series. You gotta make the hot kid series. The first pass is not there. You have to put your team in rotation defensively in order to get good rotation offensively. And if you don't do that, guess what ends up happening? They get out of transition, SGA offense, and all of a sudden you see these shining Williams and Jeremy Payne, AJ Brown, and Jeremy Williams off the bench, while SGA is sitting on the bench, clapping and rooting for his teammates, and they blowing you out by double digits.
Stephen, I want to get your take on this because they're very similar to the Golden State Warriors in two regards. You have to play every minute of the game in order to not even beat them, but to have a chance to win. And then secondly, you saw the Lakers, they had a really good second quarter. The third quarter is where they killed you. It's like, okay, SGA's not having a great game. And then foul trouble, greatest relatives, because anything sub 20 yards is like not the standard. Look at this. His team has his back in the biggest way. Look at the front side of today. Off the court with SGA, they've actually gotten more comfortable.
This is good.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
4 straight hits on his own.
By 7.
And people keep talking about him like he's so doomed it. Oh, I had somebody tell me on the radio show, this brother's fixed up and got a handle, got a J, got a mid-range, got a three-point, defense in the basket, must be hit a free I didn't make that. I got
The 5-point game earlier in the third quarter before come back to Los Angeles and put it in tight.
Now that's a great move to get to the
I mean, he played great best game of playoff so far. But he can turn the ball over, and that's a big problem for them. They had 26 points off turnovers against the Cowboys game. He's had 6 of them, so he's proud of the rest. And he can throw all of them. But he is Golden State is
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game.
Demoralized.
Here's Scalabrine.
It's just that big. 2 points off. It's got coming demoralized. You know,
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go.
and they were thin, and they are in
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And he makes the first.
31 points. He could fall. We all know that was the reason to fall. But still in all, you complaining like that because those frustrations will go to it, just like Big Bird said. They get a big, they take your soul. That's what
Hey guys, I want to go as far as to say that was a punctuation and so
Donovan Mitchell and company. They're going to take the first today, coming in at 5. Donovan Mitchell, what's the bias?
He just quit out of nowhere. That's happening.
I think you should already know Prize Picks is now available in most states. Download the Prize Picks app and start playing today.
USDC membership is the real deal. Just ask Billy from Illinois, who had $175,000 in self-defense legal bills.
This is not the only surprise. Stay tuned. Stay alert. Okay? Drake did announce something, though. Iceman is on the way. Iceman is on the way. So Drake has made the announcement that he will be doing another episode of the Iceman, what do we call it? The Iceman TV series. So he posted 3, and I guess this was about episode 3, right? It's about episode 3. Shows a bunch of pictures. Wow, look at all this. All right, wow. He posted 2. And then this showed a bunch of pictures. Wow. Wow. Probably 3 was a little confusing, wasn't it? Then he posted 1. And this was episode 1. A bunch of pictures. Very interesting.
No, it's not.
Wow.
What?
And then he posted Iceman. Episode 4, May 14. Iceman. Episode 4, May 14. Now, if you don't know what May 14 is, that is the day exactly before the release of the album. The album drops on the 15th, but it's the 15th at night or in the morning, whatever you want to call it. It's at midnight. So it's midnight the album's going to come out, which would kind of make it seem like Iceman would be on the 14th, like the episode would be on the 14th, going into the 15th is when the album's coming out. Interesting. And I posted this picture. I posted just before, and he says episode 4, May 14. And he posted again. Iceman, episode 4,
oh my God,
May 14. All right. It looks like it's going down, chat. It looks like it is indeed going down. It looks like it's going down, my people. Wow. Now, I wondered if Drake was going to drop a single, right? And I think a lot of people were wondering, right? I've seen people make the prediction that maybe his sales will even be ramped up a little bit more if he did drop a single. If he's dropping an episode the 14th, we're not sure if he's going to be dropping a single before, and probably most likely not. Well, right now, it's 8 days away from the 14th. It's 9 days away from the 15th. So we're not sure if he's going to be dropping a single. I guess we got to wait until this Thursday or Friday. That's, I would guess if he's going to drop a single, he would want like 1 week of tracking or something before the album comes out. But a lot of people are wondering, will we get a single from Iceman? Okay? Secondly, if this is happening on the 14th, this perhaps is a season finale of Iceman. This would be a season finale. Now, episode 3 was really convoluted and a little bit like, I lost the plot. I don't know if